Today we're going to talk about the dog's bread and butter, his kibble in his pig's ear, the recurring revenue bundle, or Rundle, trademark Scott Galloway the dog. That's right, take some recurring revenue, bundle it up, solidify it, put it in a boiler, purify it, liquefy it, pour it all over the small of my back, and tell me that I remind you of James Garner.
I know there's something about today. Maybe it's a day for a miracle.
No. Young James Garner. Recurring revenue is the portion of a company's revenue stream that is predictable. So similar to a cable company or a gym membership, it's a commitment to an organization with automatic and recurring payments. This method capitalizes on our terrible sense of time as a species. For example, let's say I spend $240 a month on a gym Equinox to hang out with hot gay guys in athleisure. So worth it. I work out 3 times a week. That's 12 times a month or $20 a workout. What a deal. What a deal. No, I don't. I work out 3 times a month, so I'm giving them $80 per workout. But it's not just exploiting our sense of time, the Rundle. No, there's more to the Rundle than that. Recurring revenue firms also capitalize on the benefits of monogamy. For example, Americans are more likely to get a divorce than break up with Prime. By the way, is Jeff Bezos the only... Anyone else in the room increase their wealth by $20 billion the year they get divorced? Put your hand up. Put your hand up. Anyway, companies with recurring revenue relationships tend to outperform and build stakeholder value faster than those that are in serial dating relationships with their consumers, constantly having to blow dry their hair, constantly having to put on their red dress. I would pray for and enjoy both of those things, respectively. Anyway, this is because the markets value recurring revenue companies at a multiple of revenues 6 to 10 times that of transactional companies who have to reinvent their consumer relationship with every purchase. Remember when Einstein said compound interest was the 8th wonder of the world? Well, of course he didn't, because he didn't say that. But if he was alive today, he'd likely say that recurring revenue is a modern-day miracle. Adobe is another great example of how the market favors recurring revenue business models. From 2010 to 2019, recurring revenue rose from less than 10% to more than 90% of Adobe's sales. Over that same period, Adobe went from being valued at 4 times sales to 18 times sales. Boom! Fling the bling, splash the cash, yielding $200 billion in additional shareholder value. Recently, Apple has demonstrated how value can be unlocked by transitioning to recurring revenue bundles. How? It shifted from having approximately 10% of recurring revenues in the first quarter to 22% in the second quarter. And the market reward is a near doubling of its price-to-earnings ratio from 15 to 30x plus, driving greater than 100% increase in the stock price since the beginning of the year. Apple's new Rundle, Apple One, is a beginner's attempt at accelerating this transition. Only Apple can get away with sort of the the economy comfort Rundle and add $1 trillion in value. For $14.95 a month, you get Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade. Basically, this is the Apple Meh or the Apple I leftovers Rundle. Apps you don't really want or use. Rundles need to be simple and compelling. What should Apple do? Simple. Apple needs to include options for the iPhone and iPad subscriptions, Apple Care, and early access to new product releases. Wouldn't you do that? I would do that. Stuff people actually want that embraces and enhances the core offering. Amazon Prime enhanced the core offering. Prediction! Apple is only getting a small taste of the crack that is recurring revenues. Expect them to expand their Rundle model into a more robust offering. By the way, who predicted that Apple was going to a Rundle? Let me think. And then we're going to cut to that prediction.
We did it last week, Scott, too.
There you go. Daddy's got Alzheimer's. Remember when it became obvious? Anyway, another recognition of the power of the Rundle, Walmart's counterpunch to Amazon Prime. Walmart Plus. For $13 a month, subscribers can get unlimited free delivery, special pricing on fuel, and other discounts. If Walmart Plus is successful, Walmart could recast their business and enjoy greater valuation multiples that are associated with, again, recurring revenue businesses, providing the cheap capital and opportunities to innovate at the same scale and at the same error rate as Amazon has enjoyed over the last 2 decades. Over the last 2 years, Amazon has spent more on fulfillment than Walmart has in the last 20. If this becomes just a $5 billion division, a rounding error for Walmart, this could double their market capitalization on just 4 to 6% annual revenue growth, which is doable. This is doable. The recurring revenue bundle model is also expanding into a variety of categories. One of the most innovative Rundles this year, Panera coffee subscription model, $8.99 a month for unlimited coffee. That's 30 cents a day, with 2/3 of Americans drinking coffee every day. This is a genius move. The program launched in February and is coming up on 1 million members. And what better product to Rundle than one premised on an addiction? Panera is using an item with low marginal cost to attract customers from Starbucks and into their stores. And once they're in the store, they're more likely to add high-margin food products to their purchases. So in another smart move, Panera streamlined its menu by 40% to simplify that purchasing decision. What do both of these things mean, Scott? What do they mean? Simple. One of the biggest mistakes in marketing? We believe that choice is a good thing. No, it's not. Consumers want less choice. They just want to be more confident in the choices presented. And that is exactly what Panera is doing here. This recurring revenue bundle works because coffee is core to Panera's offering. An example of a failed subscription? Burger King offering a $5 unlimited coffee subscription. The problem is coffee isn't core to Burger King customers. True story, I applied for a job at Burger King. I made the mistake of telling them that I was a vegan, and they said I didn't meet expectations. Oh well. Anyway, you go to Burger King for grease, not coffee. They picked up the wrong item and have lost the breakfast war. How in fact did Burger King get the Dairy Queen pregnant? He forgot to wrap his Whopper. Another key component of a Rundle, the Benjamin Button effect of successful bundles. As more people subscribe to Netflix or Prime, the service gets better and better. The algorithms get fine-tuned and the consumer experience improves. This is different than networking effects. It's not about having more value because there's more faxes. It's about having more fax machines, and the resolution on the fax actually gets better. Every industry disruptor uses algorithms as the building blocks of automation and personalization. Google and search, Uber and transport, Facebook and advertising, and Netflix and entertainment. As algorithms continue to power the consumer experience and more businesses pursue automatic recurring revenues, algorithms will be increasingly responsible for consumer decisions, or more specifically, reducing your decisions. As we predicted the rise of the Rundle, we predict Algorithmic-Commerce as the next wave. E-commerce was the disruptive force in the earlier part of the millennium. The new force, A-commerce, Algorithmic-Commerce, the ultimate magnifier of monogamous relationships, putting a megaphone between consumers' mouths and brands' ears. Algorithms reap tremendous cost savings. No need to advertise, no need to house large inventories. A-commerce may be how Walmart leapfrogs Amazon. If Walmart can do to commerce what TikTok did to dance videos, Walmart could transcend the one-click commerce model to establish zero-click commerce, algorithmic commerce, A-commerce, predicting your grocery needs, calibrating them to your preference and lifestyle. If you're trying to lose weight, be environmentally friendly, or becoming a vegan, Walmart could automatically dispatch your groceries in the morning and return in the afternoon to pick up what you didn't want, further training the algorithm in your preferences. Walmart is putting in place the key attribute for algorithmic commerce, specifically signal liquidity and inputs. This doesn't just lower financial costs for consumers, but cognitive costs too. I am sick of decisions. As a species, we have evolved to have a finite capacity for decision making. The average adult now makes about 35,000 remotely conscious decisions each day, resulting in decision fatigue. Elites, including Zuckerberg, Obama, Jobs, and even Einstein, minimize decision fatigue by wearing the same outfit every day. In the future, the rest of us will minimize decisions by automating them through A-commerce. The average grocery store trip takes 41 minutes, almost twice a week, meaning 53 hours a year under unforgiving white lights trying to figure out if we're going to do pecan or apple pie for dessert at a median $19 an hour for the U.S. worker. That's a savings of over $1,000 per year in just time alone. Just as e-commerce hit the scene in 2000, a-commerce in 2020 could redefine the retail landscape, except this time, expect the wealth transfer to favor incumbents over new players. If you want more than the Spark Notes on these concepts, sign up for our next Brand Strategy Sprint, a 3-week course starting October the 27th. We'll cover the frameworks, concepts, and models of brand strategy with video modules and live streaming classes. Sign up using the link below. Nobody is ever turned away because they cannot afford to pay. Let's be the University of California in the 80s, where unremarkable people get remarkable opportunities, and it costs, but not a lot, a little, just a Scotia cost, a SCOST. Section 4, Brand Sprint, October 27th. We'll see you next week.